Okay, hello, welcome to the weather update. It's about 9:30 on January 2nd, 2020. We have a lot to talk about in this weather update, and I first actually want to talk about something that may not be affecting, our area. It may not be local, but these Australian wildfires are getting way out of hand. The smoke plumes are the largest that have probably ever been recorded. You can see the smoke literally traveling into the Pacific, going in Antarctica, and it's actually going over the glaciers in New Zealand and darkening them, which could cause even more melting. So I want to start off with this because state of emergency has been declared in Australia, and I'm very happy what Bernie Sanders said. This is exactly what we should be hearing from people in the Democratic Party. They need to be talking about this. They need to be doing something about this because we're the climate emergency, and this is so sad. Look at the little koala. They're dying. They're getting killed by this. It's horrible. It's so horrible what's happening here. Look at the sky. That's being even in New Zealand. This is just look at this. This is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. And even we are now sending some help to combat the fires. Let's look at New Zealand smoke, because they are dealing with a lot of smoke in New Zealand from these wildfires. Believe it or not, it's showing. Look, it's going all over New Zealand. Smoke from Australia in Queensland. So this is in Queensland, New Zealand, Queenstown, New Zealand. Look at that, socked in hundreds of miles. The smoke is traveling for. We're going to see this more and more and more. Get this. Smell the smoke in New Zealand. So smoke is, look at this. This is the sky in New Zealand. Look at the sun. So, unbelievable. This is what we're going to see. This is what summer is going to be, is smoky. Because we're seeing more and more of these fires due to climate change. This is the smoke at the glaciers here. Look at this. Let's make this a little larger here, hopefully. And it's darkening the glaciers, too. So this is the top weather story that we are dealing with here. I don't know how well you can see that, but wow. Apocalyptic scenes in New Zealand. Insane. Insane. Absolutely insane. And, I could put glaciers here, and there's a picture of them getting darkened, so I want to show you that too. Yep, here you go. Look at this. So look at that picture. The glaciers are turning brown. So this is going to help melt the glaciers. This is going to cause another feedback that's just going to accelerate what we are already in. So I wanted to make you aware of the serious climate emergency we're in, and maybe get our eyes off Wall Street doing well today. Well, this planet is dying. All right. So let's get to the weather update in our area now, because winter is still nowhere in sight. 47 degrees Central Park right now. It's been warm, and we have more rain on the way. Let's look at the radar here. You'll see we have more rain on the way. And oh yeah, we got to talk about the monthly climate reports. That's right. So let me do that. Let me go to the monthly climate reports. And then we'll climate report, local past weather. All right, let's go to Central Park first. All right, so let's go. Hopefully the monthly weather summary is there and available. Yes, we have it. Okay, so here's the monthly weather summary for December at Central Park. I don't know why I just did that. Let's do that again. So here we go. Here is what we have for Central Park, and I'll go over all the observation sites here. So Central Park, we were about 1 degree above normal. The record precipitation amount was 9.98, so we got 7.09. Normal is 4, so almost twice the amount of normal rainfall at Central Park. Let's take a look at JFK, because that's where the record was broken. So let's take a look at that. This is what just happened here. What just happened? Let's try this again. I don't know. I do apologize for my computer. So here we go. Here is the record here, and you can see it right here. The maximum record for JFK was 7.054 in 2014, and the record, which was set this month for precipitation, 8.03, a new record set at JFK. Officially, you can see it right there. I wish I could make this a little larger, but I can't, and I don't know how. So hopefully you can see that. Let me see. Maybe this will make it large. No, this is only going to work on this. It's not going to work on that window, I don't think. I'm going to try. There's no way to really zoom in on this. So 8.03 is the record at JFK. Normally supposed to be 3.39 at JFK. All right, and we were about a half a degree above normal there. All right, let's go to islip. So islip did not break the precipitation record, but we came close. 8.01 inches of rain at islip, and the maximum amount was 8.91, and we were, I believe, in the top 5 wettest Decembers at islip. So, and again, above normal. Yep, about a little more than a degree above normal. So, yep, above normal at islip with so warm and wet. Let's look at Bridgeport. All right, it does not look like a record was broken there for precipitation. Totals, oh, they came close. So the rainfall for December at Bridgeport was 7.35, and the record was 7.87. So they came close. They came really close to breaking that record. Really close. And 36.1. All right, so we're about a little more than a half degree above normal, but everybody was above normal precipitation. And so those are the stations that I'll cover in this. So let's put this back out, and we'll talk about our current weather now. So we're going to first start off with a look at the current conditions across the eastern two-thirds of the country. And you will see here that we have more rain coming up from another storm that's going to be coming up and bringing us more rain. Looking over our area right now, we had temperatures in the mid-40s. It's not loading, but temperatures are in the mid-40s over our area. There we go. 43, 45, so it's above normal. Normal high is supposed to be in, 9:30 at night. Normal high is supposed to be around 38, 39, well above normal. And you look at some of these buoy observations here. Look at this one, 53. We look at that water temperature, it's probably way above normal. So the water temperature is 51 offshore. I know that's above normal. I know that's above normal. So we'll talk about that as we get toward the end of this video. But let's go back to the local radar here. A little bit of rain, a little light rain moving in right now. Nothing too bad. We started off clear, and then we had plenty of clouds. Just a lot of high clouds just rolling in. It was clear in the morning. If we do look at move this away from this. Look at all these fires in Australia again. And there's fires here too. I mean, it's nuts. It's nuts what's going on. Anyway, let's go and look at this, and I'll take this off to not confuse us here. So again, we started off clear this morning. You can see we had a little bit of clear air over us, but then it rolled right in on us. The cirrus rolled in late morning. Started rolling in on us. So let's go look at the models and see what we have coming up, because there ain't much change, unfortunately. And I want to show this. This is Joe Chaffee. He put this up. And teleconnections. All right, this is something he put up. I don't know which site he got it off of. I'll figure it out. But this is not good. So you have an off-the-wall negative PNA, no blocking, positive NAO. This just looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible for us. If you want winter weather, it looks terrible. So let's go to the models here. I don't know too much about teleconnections. Again, Joe Chaffee, he is one of the best in the business as far as meteorologists go, and you know, y'all check out his channel and his page, meteorologistjoechaffee.com, and does excellent job covering everything. So looking at the general pattern, you can see we got another low coming up the coast. Then we have this low again cutting toward the Great Lakes, and then exiting. Of course, we just get more rain again. All right, and it exits, and then we see another low form. This one here might be a little colder. Maybe we get a little snow with that. Maybe then a little cold air. Nothing terribly cold moves in, and then another soaker, another front moving through. It's the same pattern, basically. We need to see some more blocking here. You can see it sort of shows it toward the end, but not really. All right. When we go to the upper air, you will see here that, again, everything is just, there's no sustained cold in the east. You have troughs build and then pass by. And then we don't have a trough in the east, but it's transient, and that ridge builds back. And then the troughs in the west again. The trough always, look at this toward the end of this is the Euro. Could get us very warm around January 14th, January 15th. And it's just got this huge ridge. This is hopeless. There's a huge trough in the west and a huge ridge in the. We could have a very warm period here according to the Euro. Now, the GFS, I believe, looks completely different at this time frame, doesn't it? No, it looks around the same. Yep. It's a little less amplified, GFS, but you see, there's not a huge difference among them. And you got this southern stream that's still active, and again, if we go and we look and we take this out a little bit and we look at the you're not going to get this kind of even, the news doesn't not want to talk about it. News 12 is absolutely the absolute worst. If you want weather, don't even tune the News 12, because all you got is that preppy blonde who doesn't know a damn thing. Don't get me started on her. So, it's news for snobs, basically. I shouldn't say that word, but that's what it is. You look at the people presenting the news in the evening, and that's all you got to say to yourself. So, let's get. You see, we got this constant area of low pressure over here and over here, which is locking up all the cold air, pretty much. There's no cross Arctic flow. There's something maybe trying to get going here, but you see this huge trough in the west again, and the huge ridge in the east. It's terrible. It's just a terrible pattern that we're in right now. It's just awful. We may not have a winter this year again. This is what you can expect now. So it's just awful. It's just awful. So you can see the troughs in the west, but we're stuck with the ridge. This is just awful. So let's go and see what this translates to in our area. Let me change this to the GFS, because we got to talk about another rainstorm. First, before I talk about the rainstorm, let's talk about the temperatures that we're going to be. All right. Let me bring this back here. So, and I know people say they don't want snow, but look, it's part of winter to have snow and cold. Without it, it's not good for our ecosystem. So, we are pretty much in the 40s, and it stays kind of cool tomorrow, all right? See, the warm air kind of stays off to the south, kind of trying to make an approach at us on Saturday. Then Sunday we have some cold air come in, and there's the Euro says we might see a little snow at the tail end of that rainstorm, and then we're in the 40s. No really big cold air masses coming in, around 40 or 30s. There's no really big cold air coming in. We see that warm up, then this could be another shot of cold air, mid-30s, but no real Arctic air. It's just Canadian air. It's not really Arctic air. Maybe, again, toward the end of the period. GFS always does this around the 10-day mark, and it just keeps pushing it off. It's just a carrot in the stick. It's like it's never going to happen, all right? So, unfortunately, that's a look at your temperatures. So let's go and look at the precipitation now. So there's a lot to talk about, so you have to bear with me. So here is the temperatures. Here's the precipitation. You can see we got rain tomorrow, and here is Saturday, a soaker of a Saturday possible. Then it ends, and it moves on out. Now there's some differences in the models, I believe, with this. So let's see what the GFS, how much rainfall the GFS gives us first of all. because I'm sure it'll be another inch or two. Yep, another over an inch. Might as well go for the wettest January on record already. You know what? I can't complain. I'd rather have too much rain than not enough. It's better to deal with this than the fires, but definitely I'll take too much rain over too little any day. But this is part of the climate imbalance that we're dealing with. So NAM seems to have a sharp cutoff between and has the heavier precip more to the south on this. So let's see how it comes to that conclusion. Bring this back. So here, NAM has the rain coming in two waves. All right, so it has a wave of rain coming Friday morning, then a little break, and then another wave of rain on Saturday. But this wave of rain, this is overnight, Friday night, Saturday morning. But this wave of rain goes more over New Jersey and not over so much over Long Island. So one goes more to the south, and then another chance of rain showers later in the afternoon, and then it leaves, and then we could have some strong winds behind this too. See how tight these isobars are on Sunday. Could be some strong winds behind it as well. So that's the NAM. Now let's look at the ICON model. It's another model we'll use. Alright, let's use the AT&Z run. So this is the ICON model. So it's pretty much in agreement with the two waves of rain there. It's keeping them separate, unlike the GFS has the wave first part of Friday and then the second wave on Saturday, which again it takes more of a southerly track with the heavier rain to the south of us, and then moves that on out. And unfortunately, see now if the cold air would come a little sooner, we could get some snow on the backside. I don't think it's very likely. Then we have this next system that we have to watch for. All right, but it doesn't really do anything with it. So that is what the ICON looks like, similar to the NAM. Let's go back and look at the clouds. So I'll go to the NAM 3 kilometer and see, well, when can we get some, I mean, we did have some sun this morning, but when can we get some nice blue skies around here, because we just aren't getting them. So I think maybe I'll have enough of the 0Z to do this. So we'll see how far out we can go with this. So pretty much plenty of clouds Saturday. Sunday we try to clear it out. So Sunday would be the day we try to clear it out. Let me look at the GFS here and see how that looks. GFS not quite as optimistic on getting rid of the clouds. Maybe more toward the afternoon gets them out. It's Monday dealing with clouds. Tuesday, clouds. Wednesday, maybe Thursday we clear out. Maybe Friday, Saturday, maybe. Yeah, it's just with this pattern, it's really hard to get a clear day. And maybe again with that plunge is when it gives us some clear sky, really nice clear skies. But you have to wait for that plunge to get here, which we know is a problem. So let's go and look at. All right, so we looked at all of this. Let's see if anyone is giving us any snow. So we're going to just for fun, we'll go right to the end of the period and see if there's any snow in the GFS forecast for us. Then there isn't. Here we go. I mean, we're going to have a snowless January at this rate. I mean, this is pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic. What you're seeing is not normal at all, in the slightest. Well, let's just go look at the Canadian. Gives us a little bit, just for fun. I threw the Canadian in there, but it's not that much. It's not that much. And let me go back to GFS and look at dew points and see if we're going to get any humidity with some of these warm air masses, because we might wind up seeing some humidity come up this way. So let's take a look at that and see. It looks like, yeah, we do see a little bit Saturday. Then we're in dry air, and then, yeah, a little bit ahead of that next front. And then, yeah, that looks like a nice plunge. But again, it's always doing this at the 10-day mark. It's the carrot and the stick. It's the carrot and the stick. So we'll look at the winds. That's the other thing that we may have to worry about is high winds on Sunday. So let's look at that and see. Yes, you can see there's some high winds, mainly offshore. Again, this doesn't show the gusts. You can see there could be some high winds because of the gradient between the low and the high building in. Let's go to windy.com. Let's look at windy.com. That's the other model, because this has the Euro snow output, and that's why I want to use this. And I also want to talk about the winds too. So let's look at windy.com. This is the Euro. Let's see what kind of winds it has for Sunday, because there could be some stronger winds. Well, let's put it in wind gusts. Well, sustained winds aren't too bad. They're probably 15 to 20. but the wind gusts could get up there. Yeah, we could see wind gusts into the mid to upper, maybe wind gusts near 40, and in some areas wind gusts closer to 50 with that. So that's something to think of. But the other thing that we want to think of is this snow, because the Euro said that we might actually see a little snow at the backside. Oh, it took it away. Yep, it took it away. So we don't have that anymore. There was a Euro run that had us getting a little something at the backside. Like I said, I personally don't see it happening. So unfortunately, that's what it is. So we go back and we look at the temperature, and you'll see. I mean, Sunday at least will feel somewhat colder with that wind, and temperatures in the upper 30s. But Friday, you know, you can see the temperatures here. We're in the 40s, of course. Hotter in Jersey, 50s there. No surprise. Let's just look at the temperatures on this. So above normal Monday. So Sunday's the only day we're close to normal. Maybe we go back to normal on Tuesday. No, maybe we're close to normal. It's still a little bit above normal on that. Drops a little bit Wednesday. What about Thursday? Drops a little more. Okay, that's good. Get some colder air in the picture. Okay. Thursday, that's when we get that colder front. But it's not Arctic air. It's just going to be Canadian air. No real bitter cold Arctic air, which is the kind of air you need to really, you want to see more pines dying and more trees dying. This is what's going to happen without the cold weather, which is why we need the fires, obviously. The only thing that's balancing out is we're getting a good amount of rain, so the trees, hot and dry is the worst for trees. So at least it's warm and rainy, so at least the tree's getting enough water, but I'm still worried about vulnerability from insects. So I guess I'll just look at the clouds on this, and then we're going to wrap up this weather update and see. Let's look at Sunday. So we start off 8 a.m., plenty of clouds at 10 a.m. Yeah, doesn't really clear it out. Doesn't really clear it out Sunday. What about Monday? Maybe Monday's more likely to be nope. Seriously, it's been awful. Without the cold air, you can't clear these clouds out. You need the really cold air to really clear the clouds out, 3 p.m., maybe a little less clouds there. What about Thursday? Noon. All right, Thursday looks like maybe the next chance to maybe have a decent day, maybe. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this weather update. I know. Where is winter? Well, all hell is breaking loose across the planet, and obviously you're not going to hear the mainstream media talk about it because they're beholden to the Wall Street jerks. That's all. So, Wall Street, screw Wall Street. All right, we got to get past Wall Street. All right, because it's destroying us. All right, it's destroying the planet, and I know people don't like that. Certain people don't like it. It's too bad. But anyway, that wraps up this weather update. Take care. And thank you for watching. And once again, let's pray for everybody in Australia. And as this horrible disaster unfolds, it's just unbelievable what they're dealing with. Obviously, what we're dealing with is a walk in the park, even though we're not getting any snow, and we're getting all this rain. At least it's better than dealing with fires. It's the worst thing you can ever have to deal with. Take care, everybody. Let's pray for Australia.